So, hello. Let me share my screen. Yo. So, hi, I'm Ramadan Diaz from BSITS2A. So, now we're gonna compare about the operating system, no? The objective of this activity is to compare Windows 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, 7, 8, 8.1, 10, 11 in terms of vendor support, code name, system type, system requirements, features, application compatibility, backup and restore procedures, installation procedures. So now, we're gonna talk about the vendor support. In Windows 95, ang end of mainstream support nila is noong December 31, 2000, year 2000. And in-extend nila ito ng December 31, 2001. So basically, 1 year nila itong in-extend. Limited vendor support after 2001 as Microsoft ceased providing updates and security patches. Okay? So next naman is a Windows 98. Um, um, Inend nila yung support nila dito noong June 30, 2002. So basically around 1 year and a half din nilang sinuportahan itong Windows 98, no? Sa pag-update and something. Similar to Windows 95, limited vendor support after 2006. Okay? So next naman, the Windows ME. End of mainstream support is December 31, 2003. And the end of extended support is July 11, 2006. Vendor support ceased after 2006, urging the user to transition to more modern Windows versions. So next naman is a Windows XP. End of mainstream support is April 14, 2009. End of extended support April 8, 2014. Extended support provided until 2014, after which Microsoft stopped updates including security patches. Limited third-party support may have continued for some time. Next naman is a Windows Vista. End of mainstream support is April 10, 2012. End of extend support is April 11, 2017. Vendor support ceased after 2017, encouraging users to upgrade to more modern and secure alternatives. Next naman yung naabutan ko Windows is Windows 7 is around January 13, 2015. Extent of extend end of extend support January 14, 2020. Extend support provided until 2020, after which users were strongly advised to upgrade. Some third-party support may have continued for transitional period. Next naman is a Windows 8, 8.1. End of mainstream support is January 9, 2018. And the end of extended support is January 10 to 2023. So recently lang, no? Support extended until 2023 and encompassing security updates and patches. Some third-party support may have continued beyond this date. Next naman is sa Windows 10 and 11. Ito yung mga pinaka-latest model, no? No traditional concept of mainstream of extended support. Regularly receive updates and features as of 2020, January 2022. So, bakit nga ba? Kasi nga, itong Windows 10 at 11 ay mga um, reset or latest versions ng Windows. Next naman is a code name. Ang code name ng Windows 95 is Chicago. So, bakit nga ba? During the development phase of Windows 95, it was referred to by the codename Chicago. This release marked a significant milestone as it introduced a graphical user interface that start menu and the taskbar. The Windows 95 ito. Next naman is a Windows 98. Codename is Memphis. So bakit? It served as an evolution of Windows 95, bringing enhancement in stability, performance, and support for new hardware. Next naman is a Windows ME. Ang codename nito is Millennium. Kasi this version was consumer focused and emphasizing multimedia features. Basically, parang pwede na dito maglagay ng image, ng video, ganon. Next naman is the Windows XP. Ang coding nito ay Whistler. It symbolized the merger of Windows NT and Windows 9X code bases, resulting in more stable and feature-rich operating system. Next naman is sa Windows Vista. Ang codename nito ay Longhorn. So bakit nga ba? Initially planned as a major overhaul with new file system, WinFS, the final release saw scaled back features. Next is Windows 7, codename Vienna. Although initially known as Vienna, Windows 7 was the official release name. This version focused on refining the improvements introduced in Windows Vista. Next is Windows 8 and 8.1. Codename Blue. The collective development codename for Windows 8, its update, Windows 8.1 was Blue. It brought significant changes to the user interface, introducing the Metro design language and touch-optimized interface. Next is Windows 10. Codename Threshold. Bakit nga ba? This release marked a departure from traditional version numbering, introducing the concept of Windows as service with regular updates and feature releases. Next naman is Windows 11 Sun Valley. Kasi nga, it carried over the development of Windows 11. Windows 11 features a redesigned user interface with improvement to the start menu, taskbar, and other elements. Next naman is a system type. Ang Windows 95, 98 at ME ay gumagamit ng 32-bit. Kasi itong mga version na ito ay sinaunang version. So dito, kailangan pa ng napakababang mga um, storage para lang ma-operate itong Windows na ito. So, paano ko sabihin mababa, ano? Kasi ngayon, ang ang 12 MB is maliit na yun sa panahon na yun. Pero dati, way back 2000s, year 2000s, yung 12 MB is super laki sa kanila, no? Windows XP, system type is 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows Vista is 32-bit and 64-bit. Windows 7 is 32-bit and 64-bit. So, Windows 8 naman is 32-bit and 64-bit, as well as Windows 10 and Windows 11 na 64-bit. So, in Windows 8, the user interface underwent a substantial redesign incorporating the Metro design language and focusing on touchscreen devices. So, basically, sa Windows 8, dito na yung pumapasok yung mga tablet, yung mga yung touchscreen na laptops, yun nun. Windows 10, ito yung recent version ng Windows, yung Windows 10 at 11. So, dito sa kanila, it introduced the Windows as Service concept with regular updates and feature releases for improved security and functionality. Okay? Windows 11 was designed exclusively for 64-bit architecture. It featured a new user interface, performance enhancement, and better support for modern hardware. So next naman is is a system requirement. So to sum it up, Windows 95, 98, and ME, ang mga kailangan ditong system requirement ay mababa lang. Sa Windows 95, 4 MB minimum, yung na RAM, Windows 98 is 16 MB minimum and 24 MB recommended na RAM. Windows ME is 32 MB minimum, 64 MB recommended. So bakit nga ba megabytes lang yung kailangan ng mga sinaunang Windows? Kasi nga, yung technology noon at yung mga computers noon is mababa lang ang memory na kayang i-accommodate. So yung 4 MB, 16 MB at 32 MB, malaki na yun para sa panahong yun. Okay? Next naman is the Windows XP. Ang processor nito is Pentium 233 MHz or higher. 64 MB minimum, 128 recommended. Sa Windows Vista naman is 800 MHz, 32-bit x86 or 64-bit x64. RAM is 512 MB minimum, 1 gig recommended. So Windows 7 naman, processor 1 GHz, 32-bit, x86 or 64-bit x64. 1 gig minimum, 32 gig recommended for 64-bit, 2 gig minimum, 4 gig recommended. Next naman is a Windows 8, processor 1 GHz, 32-bit, x86 or 64-bit, x64. 1 gig minimum, 2 gig recommended, 4-bit, for 64-bit, 2 gig minimum, 4 gig recommended. Hard disk nito is approximately 16 gig, no? So Windows 10 at Windows 11, ito naman is medyo malaki na to, no? 1 gigahertz or faster, 1 gig minimum, 2 gig minimum, 4 gig recommended. Hard disk space nito approximately 32 gig. Windows 11 is 1 gigahertz or faster with at least 2 cores. 4 gig minimum, yung RAM, hard disk nito is 64 gig or more. Features, 95, 98 at ME. So yung 95, pinaka-main feature nito is a user-friendly. At kasi dito na introduce yung taskbar at start menu. Okay? Windows 98 naman is an improved version of Windows 95. Windows ME, uh, tailored for home users, Windows ME aimed to simplify computing with features like System Restore, making it easier to recover from common system problems. Next is Windows XP, user control, improved security, introduce of Windows product activation, modernized Luna visual style, no? Windows Vista is basically, while visually striking, Windows Vista faced criticism for its resource requirements. Nevertheless, it introduced significant interface changes and improved security measures. Windows 7 naman yung pinaka naabutan ko. Taskbar enhancement, libraries for easier file organization, improved performance, better hardware support. Yan. So, next naman is sa Windows 8. Ang pinaka-main feature nito is yung sa touch-centric design. So, basically, dito na ini-introduce nga yung, tulad na sabi ko kanina, yung mga touchscreen. Okay? Windows 10 and Windows 11 naman, ito yung recent, no? Windows 10 aimed to blend familiarity with modern features, introducing a continuous update model and incorporating elements from both Windows 7 and 8. Windows 11 naman, redesigned start menu and taskbar, snap layouts for improved multitasking, enhanced support for gaming with direct storage and auto HDR. So basically, yung Windows 11, dito na papasok yung gaming community, no? Kasi kailangan sa gaming community, napakataas ng graphics. So, yung Windows 11, ayun yung ina-accommodate niya. Next naman natin is application compatibility. Windows 95, 98 at ME, ang application compatibility nito is limited lang. Okay? Limited lang yung 95. Bakit? Kasi nga, kaya niyang, maliit lang yung kaya niyang i-accommodate na storage, no? So, 98 is improved version of 95. So, basically, kahit improve siya, maliit pa rin, okay? Windows ME naman, medyo lumalaki na, pero varied pa rin. So, may ibang application na kaya niya, may iba namang application na hindi niya kaya. Next naman is XP. It's good. Windows XP achieved better application compatibility, contributing to widespread adoption. Next naman is a Windows Vista. Mix. So, bakit mix siya? Changes in security architecture, like user account control, UAC. In Windows Vista aimed at security but cause compatibility changes with certain application. Next naman is a Windows 7. Application compatibility improved. Explanation, Windows 7 address compatibility issues from Vista, introducing modes and enhanced driver support for overall improved application compatibility. Next naman is Windows 8. Yung application compatibility nito is varied. So bakit? Windows 8's Metro UI pose challenges for certain applications, especially those not optimized for touchscreen, despite traditional desktop application generally working. Next naman is sa Windows 10 and 11. Yung Windows 10 is application compatibility is good. Building on Windows 8, Windows 10 improved application compatibility with the Windows as a service model, providing regular updates for enhancement and issue resolution. Application compatibility evolving in Windows 11. Bakit? Kasi nga, ito yung pinaka-latest version, no? Hindi natin alam kung hanggang saan yung kayang i-improve ng Windows 11 sa kanyang OS, no? So, next naman, backup and restore procedures. Ito, pag-iisay ko na lang yung Windows 95 to ME, Windows 95, 98 at ME. Napakahirap magkaroon ng backup dito. Kasi nga, maliliit lang yung mga storage nila. So, kailangan pa gumamit ng external hard drive para lang mag-backup ng mga files dito. Next naman is Windows XP. Used NT-Backup for restoring files and settings. Introduce the NT-Backup utility for backup operation. Ito na in-introduce yung NT-Backup, no? So next naman is Windows Vista. Introduce Windows Backup and Restore, which allow user to create complete system image backup. Windows Backup and Restore Center for restoring file settings and system images. Next naman is Windows 7 backup procedure, continued with Windows Backup and Restore for creating system image backup. Next naman is Windows 8. Use file history and Windows Backup for restoring files, settings, and system images. Windows 10. Utilize file history, backup, and restore for restoring file system and system images. So basically, yung Windows 8 at 10 at 11, pwede mo na ma-restore at mag-backup ng mga files mo within the system since napakalaki na ng storage sila at kaya na nilang mag-backup na with a certain amount of storage or memory. Next naman, installation procedure. Basically, yung Windows 95 at 98, kakailanganin ng CD-ROM para mag-setup ng program. Okay? Ano tatandaan dyan? So, next naman is Windows ME. Installation procedure. Follow the similar process to Windows 98 with enhancement in hardware detection and multimedia features. Setup involved selecting installation option and configuring settings. Next naman is Windows XP. Installation procedure. Introduce a more modern and user-friendly setup process. User booted from CD-ROM and installation guided them through selecting options such as partitioning the hardware drive and entering the product key. Next naman is the Windows Vista. Windows Vista ay ginagamitan din ng DVD and the setup program provided a step-by-step interface for selecting options and configuring settings. Next naman is sa Windows 7 installation procedure built upon the improvement introduced the Windows Vista. User booted from a DVD and the installation process was further refined with enhancement in drivers support and compatibility checks. Next naman is a Windows 8 installation procedure introduced a significant changes in user interface with Metro UI. User booted from a DVD or USB drive, and the setup process guided them through configuring settings, creating user account, and selecting preferences. Windows 10 and 11 installation procedure naman nito similar to Windows 8 8.1 with refinement in the user interface. Users could upgrade from previous Windows version or installation performance clean installation. Setup process include configuring privacy settings and creating signing with the Microsoft account. Basically, Windows 10 at 11, pwede mo na yung ma-install through Microsoft account via online, no? Via internet. And ayun lang naman ang pinagkaiba ng um, kung ang pinagkaiba ng iba't ibang Windows mula sa Windows 95 hanggang Windows 11. Ayun lang, maraming salamat. Okay.